Welcome to Honoring Us, honoring the Black women who have quietly shaped my life and who I've become. Some of the most influential women in my life are not famous. No. But they shape how I see my life in so many different ways and so quietly, like they don't even know. They don't even get it. But they might know. They probably do. Okay. So this video is going to really be for the women in my life, like truly. And I hope that maybe this will encourage you to make a video like this for the women in your life that you want to honor. I have a group of aunts, and when they all watch this, they all know who they are. The obvious answer of a woman who shaped your life is your mom. And obviously, if you know me just a little bit, you know I love that lady. You know I love this lady. And of course, my mom is a huge pivotal, just everything. She's all the things for me, right? But I just want to shine a little light on the other women that have been a part of my life since birth, and probably even in between that were so important to my life, even now as a whole woman and mom, how important they are to me. In the Black culture, aunts are very important. Oftentimes we call adult women, if they're not like younger than you call them auntie, right? And I was blessed to have godmothers, aunts, blood aunts, non-blood, whatever. At this point, everybody family, right? And it's about 7, 8 of them. I don't know the exact number. I have to count with my hands, but y'all all know who y'all are. I'm gonna send y'all this YouTube because I just want y'all to know publicly I love y'all. I love y'all, right? And each of them have their own little je ne sais quoi that I feel like poured into who I am as a woman. I don't know why I just got emotional thinking about it. But anyway, so several of them are part of my like very daily or like, regular routine. Some of them I talk to maybe monthly or quarterly or like check on them and stuff like that. But we're a part of each other's lives, like my whole life, right? They're a part of who I am today. And I think it's important to recognize specifically women in our lives that have shaped us as women, right? Not only was I blessed to have a village, right? I was blessed to have so many strong women in my life that just showed me the example of course, being a mom in some ways and a nurturer, but just being a woman and how to like navigate through this crazy world and life as a Black woman in America, okay? I was blessed to see that in several ways. Many of the women in my family worked for the federal government, so I was able to see people in their longevity being strong in the workplace, dealing with adversity while they were at work, my mom included. It has just been nice to see that, and I feel like it prepares us, my generation, for retirement, for when many of us may have gotten laid off or whatever the case may be, to see it. It also, I was blessed to also witness not only women who took the career route in the traditional sense, I was able to see entrepreneurs, which I think shaped who I am, obviously. Having an aunt that did hair, another aunt did hair that I actually assisted with. One was more like a mentor. I have a great aunt that I have just been so blessed to be surrounded by. So it is so many women in my life. Like, oh my gosh, if I put a list of all y'all names, there's ones that can cook. There's ones that I call to laugh. There's ones that we give each other a little tea, you know what I mean? A little tea. Some of them I do their hair. I don't know, this is so off tangent, but I just got excited just thinking about how all of them, like one sends me craft ideas, some send job links, some check on the kids a lot. So it's so interesting how they all play a part, and it's a lot of them. It is a now that I'm like really thinking about it, it is a lot of y'all. It's a lot of y'all, and I love all of y'all equally. And y'all all have been a part of my life in so many different ways. There's so many parts, you know what I mean? Different chapters of my life. And yeah, I just wanted to shed light on that. Like I said, I'm honoring us as in Black people, but specifically Black women. Okay, so the breakdown of all of my aunts, who I'm speaking about, they all have these little things about them that I feel like probably unintentionally, or how, when you raise people, you take on some of their personality or some of their like hustle, or if it's not in you per se, you think of them like, what would Aunt Sandra do? What would Aunt Lisa do? What would Aunt Erica do? What would Aunt Pooch? I could go Aunt Cindy, Aunt Angie. I could go or you get what I'm saying? What would they do when they're in these situations? And I often find myself doing that. I feel like even my kids do it sometimes. Like, they'll be like, oh, that is so Aunt Sandra, or that is so whoever. You know what I mean? And I think it's cool because it just goes to show it really takes a village to raise children and be a part of a life. I don't think any of us was meant to do this alone. And this is also me saying that I think my mom would chime in and say like how important it was for her to have all of them help be a part of my life and my kids' life. How does it show up in me now? I feel like sometimes I feel like an old person sometimes. Not that they're old, but sometimes because their methods are a little old school, right? And so sometimes, of course I'm a millennial, but sometimes I do certain things in an old school method because I was raised by boomers, you know what I mean? So there's certain things that they do that people in my generation probably still or wouldn't do, you know what I mean? And, or maybe it's a black thing, I don't know. But I do feel like it shows up in me in certain ways with like cleanliness, how I do my bills, probably still a little old school. Not quite how I raised the girls. Now that's a little different. My faith definitely. Keeping family together. That definitely was passed down. Like I feel like my mom and my aunts and them, you know, we were growing up, they organized everything. They had all the events. They did all the food. And they're passing the baton down to us, which, I mean, we've been doing it for some years now. But I definitely think that's one of the ways that it shows up in us. This series was just a special way for me to honor not just people, but like us as a culture in my own way. And I just think that, you know, oftentimes celebrities get glorified as who you know, use as a mentor or as examples, but a lot of times it'd be examples right there in your very life that probably shaped you way more than an Oprah quote. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to give this special shout out to my aunts, my godmothers. They know who they are. Okay, yes, they do. Anybody who know me know who they are. And honoring them, of course, and my mom. But I just feel like for village purposes, my aunts held things down, okay, for many years and still do, okay? So this Black History Month, I'm honoring the women that shaped me quietly, and they probably didn't even realize how much they've affected my life and others surrounding me, including my friends and, of course, my daughters. If a Black woman has ever influenced your life, even in the smallest way, this is your sign and your time to honor them. Give them a little note, send them a little card, send them a text. Check on them. If it's a teacher, or a co-worker, somebody at church, an aunt, a great aunt, an older cousin, whatever it may be, this is your time to shine and show them that you love them and you appreciate them and that you honor them. Cheers to honoring us more than just February.